Hello, my name is Andrew Evans, and I suggest you pay very close attention to what I'm about to share with you. Because what I'm about to share with you is how you can achieve anything that you want in life, and how to get unstuck out of whatever current circumstances that you may have. Now, the reason you're feeling stuck is because A, you simply haven't fully decided what it is that you want out of life. Being stuck is simply being in a place without direction. Once you make the decision to do something with your life, that's when you start to take the necessary actions that move you forward in life. Now, this is the 13 principles of success consciousness out of a good book. I think this was my first book that I read in self-development, which was Think and Grow Rich. Now, the first step to getting rich is actually having a burning desire. You gotta really, really want it. And it can be anything you want. It doesn't have to be money. Maybe you want to be in a relationship. Maybe you want to own your first house. Maybe you want to be able to travel the world. It doesn't matter what it is. You can have it. But the first thing is you gotta really want it. So how do you get what you want? You write it down on a goal card and you carry it with you at all times. I actually keep mine inside my wallet. I wrote this down on a toothpaste packet when I first got to Thailand. And I'm not going to share it with you, but I wrote it down here, and I repeat this affirmation to myself all the time. This was how I made my first million. The second thing you do is you write it down in the present tense as though it has already come true. Here's an example. You have your goal card. You write down, I am so happy and grateful now that I have $1 million in the bank account. Or I am so happy and grateful now that I own my first home. It doesn't matter what your goal is. You can have that thing. But you need to start to believe that it is already yours. That takes us back to the second point in getting rich, which was faith. Yeah. The second step to getting rich is having faith in that thing. So write it down now. Well, the problem for you and you being stuck is actually because you honestly don't know what you want in life. The brain cannot start moving you in the direction unless it knows where it wants to go. The very first thing you need to do is figure out exactly what it is that you want. And that's honestly the hardest part, deciding what you want. Now, you don't need to know how you're going to achieve it. How you will achieve it will come to you once you're ready to receive it. Now, I wrote this on a piece of paper when I was about 19. I wrote this in 2019. I will have $200,000 in my bank account by February 2022. Now, I'll be honest with you, I didn't achieve that. I didn't achieve it in 2023 either. But it's what I wanted. And growth can only happen when you really stretch. There's no point in wanting something that you already know how to get. That doesn't get you out of bed in the morning. That doesn't put a fire into your soul that makes you want to go after something, you know? There is no point in going after something you already know how to do. You already know how to get a raise. You already know how to get a job. You already know how to buy a new car. You already know how to buy a new house. You know all these things. Before you decide what it is that you want, don't set any limitations on what you think you can have. Really stretch for it. If you want to have $1 million, you can have $1 million. Now, the law of vibration is a law just like any other law of the universe, the law of gravity. What goes up must come down. If you throw a rock in the air, it will come down. That's the law of gravity. Now, the law of vibration states that nothing in the universe is standing still. Everything is constantly in motion. This towel behind me, it's moving. It's vibrating at a state. Just like steam. Water is the best example for this, actually. Now, if we slow down the speed at water is moving by freezing it, it turns into ice. It turns into a solid. But at room temperature, it becomes a liquid. It starts moving faster. Now, if we heat up water and raise its vibration, it becomes steam, ether, gas. An object in motion begins to take shape at once. This is the law of vibration. Look at this picture right here. If you were to dump some sand and rice onto a blank canvas, or you spread it out a little bit, and then you play a song or a tone, you simply just play a tone and it vibrates that plate, and each tone creates its own unique pattern. It's a beautiful thing, actually. So let these lines represent levels of vibration. And every line is connected to the one above and the one below. So therefore, your current life and your dream life is connected by a chain of lines, just at a different state of vibration. So what you want to do to achieve your dream life is to get on the vibratory state of your ideal self. You don't know what to do because you don't know what you want. You need to get crystal clear about what you want out of life, and then you can start to move up the frequencies. Here's a video of me in my 20s, and it was me trying to convince myself that I was already a millionaire. By age 24, I will be a millionaire. I'm already a millionaire. Yo, I might have made a plan to get rich, super fucking rich. If all goes well, I could be a millionaire by 25. No, fuck it, I'll make it happen. 2025. You are God's highest form of creation. There is no reason why you can't have whatever it is that you want out of life. You are no different to me or anyone else in the world that you admire. You are made in God's image. You have His creative potential within you. All you have to do is know exactly what you want and have the faith that it is already yours. And here's one of my favorite quotes. No, this is a law. You would not have the desire unless you were capable of it. Now, I was working at Burger King in these videos when I started recording myself, when I started to believe that I was worth more. And I knew I wanted money. That's what I really wanted. Did I know how I was going to do it? No. Now, I didn't have the desire to become a professional break dancer, for example. I'll never do that. I will never have the desire to be the world's greatest painter. I don't have that desire. I don't want to be a ballet dancer. Maybe you do. Whatever it is that you want, God would not have put that inside your brain and inside your soul if you were not capable of it. All these dreams and high hopes you have of yourself, they're there for a reason. You probably don't dream of being a school teacher or firefighter, but there are people that really want to do that thing, and they do it, and that is their life's purpose, and that's how they feel fulfilled. Everyone is different. Whatever your goal or dream is completely unique to you, and you are worthy of it. Now, if you feel as if you are stuck, then you are stuck. But if you feel as though you are successful, then you are successful. The reason winners keep on winning and losers keep on losing is because that's what they're used to. So if you're a loser, how do you become a winner? You're going to have to start talking to other winners, mingle with winners, start with small wins. When I play basketball, I hated losing with a passion. That's why I had to pick up fighting. I cannot be accountable for my team. Sometimes your teammates let you down. Now you can try lift them up. You can try lift up your brothers, but you cannot force people to do things that they don't want to do. I like fighting because it keeps me 100% accountable. I have no one to blame when I lose a fight. I'm currently undefeated, and I plan to go undefeated for much longer. I think I'll go my whole fighting career without losing. So you really, really need to stop being stuck. Now, feeling is the secret. This is a quote by Neville Goddard. He also wrote a book called Feeling is the Secret. I highly, highly suggest you go and pick it up. If you're not reading any material right now, that's your next book. Once you begin to feel as though you are the person that has whatever it is you desire, then you will start to take the actions that that person would. Now, do you remember that photo of the sand that I showed you? Once you get the feeling that you are that successful person, you are starting to take shape of that person, and you will do the actions that that person would do. The successful version of you that makes all the right decisions, makes the right choices, is always conscious. That version of you can only come into your reality once you have set the foundation, once you have embodied that person. It's a bit of a quantum leap, if you ask me. I remember when I was on the come up, me, my mom in a shitty 2-bedroom flat. I had a shit education. I was working at Burger King. I thought that was the only thing I was good at. I was actually happy to get a Burger King job because I was 18, jobless, just finished high school, didn't go to uni. I'm like struggling to get a job. So when I was trying to convince myself that I was worthy of being a millionaire, I can't say it was easy, but I believed that this material that I'm sharing with you was true. That by simply embodying the feelings of success would bring it to you. Stop trying so hard. The more desperate you feel, the further away your ideal life goes. The more desperate you feel, the lower vibration state you are. Fear, anxiety, depression, greed, all of these are on the lowest form. And if you want to shoot up to the highest frequency, you need to raise your vibration. Now, what does a high vibration look like? It's happiness, it's love, it's gratitude. Going back to my slide before, happiness and gratitude is how you lift yourself up to the next level. You want to get up to here. This is happiness and gratitude and love and joy. This is fear and greed and poverty. You got to embody this right now. Right now. You must learn to be grateful in your current position. Now, as I was on my journey and I started to realize I was worth more, I was working as a roofer. And I still to this day love roofing. But I remember when I first started roofing, I hated it.
You've been in this uniform since 6 o'clock. Do you really want to live like this? You're gonna have to do the same shit tomorrow. Get out.
I hated the fact that I was lifting heavy metal at dangerous heights, sweating my balls off, getting my hands cut and dirty, spending hours and hours in traffic every day. getting yelled at by some old head, making me feel useless and stupid and that I wasn't worth anything, and getting paid $20 an hour. I hated it when I first started, but I started to change my attitude to an attitude of gratitude. I started being grateful for the fact that I had a job. I started being grateful for the fact that I had a car. I started being grateful for the fact that I was getting an opportunity to lead. I was grateful for the fact that I was learning a skill. I was grateful for the fact that I was meeting new people. Now, I went from hating my job to loving roofing. And once I started to love my job and love my circumstance and be grateful for everything that I had, I started to level up fast. I became a foreman during my apprenticeship. That's how fast I leveled up. Within 2 years, they gave me a car, company car, foreman wages. And I felt pretty good. I felt really good. I went from hating my job, hating my life, to loving my job and loving life. And I kept on growing. I just started to push for more. See here, I wanted $200,000. And even though I failed that, I started to understand that being grateful and having a positive attitude, you can really achieve anything you want. So I decided to reach even higher. And going back to the other clip, I wanted $1 million by age 24. And that actually came true. You see, I wanted $200,000 by age 22. And I failed to achieve that because I was actually worth more. I I failed this goal. I failed the goal of having $200,000. And I wasn't shut down. I didn't throw away this material like it was all garbage. I went on later, 2 years later, to having $1 million. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing, this I'm sharing. But you gotta learn to be happy and grateful in your current position. That is truly the secret. Learn to be positive and prosperous in whatever circumstance that you are in life. And start setting the big goals. Now, always be programming your mind. You want to be filling your mind with the most prosperous thoughts, with loving thoughts, with grateful thoughts. It's a hard thing to do in a cold world. It's so much easier to be negative, and that's why 90% of the population does it. Here's a fact. This isn't a statement, this is a fact. The top 10% of people in the world simply get there by just having a positive attitude. Did you know that only 10% of people in the world have a positive attitude? Simple, I know. You must control the flow of consciousness. So, bang, 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 thoughts come at you all the time throughout the day. Don't linger on those negative thoughts. Don't linger on the thoughts that you're not good enough. Don't exercise the thoughts that you don't have money. No. Shut those things out. Block it off. You're going to have to meditate, honestly. If your mind is as cooked as I was 4 years ago, you're going to have to meditate. You're going to have to learn to control your thoughts. Because once you learn to control your mind, you control your body. And if you can control your mind and body, you can control your soul. And the soul is the thing that shapes the universe. Mind, body, and soul. The Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. The Holy Trinity. We are God's highest form of creation. The mind is capable of anything. We put men on the moon like 50 years ago or something. We created the touchscreen. We created Bluetooth. We created Wi-Fi. The brain can achieve anything that you set a target on. Whatever it is that you want in life, you can have it. But you got to be crystal clear about it. I'll say it again. You got to know what you want. Now, your mind is no different to mine. There's nothing special or unique about anyone in the world from you. The only difference is the way they talk to themselves inside their own mind. Now, actionable steps. You're going to have to start surrounding yourself with winners. Mingle with people with a good attitude. Avoid negative and toxic people like the plague. I remember I went to my friend's house, and this is burned into my mind because once I started to learn this material, I began to learn that everything is connected and correlated. Now, I knew beforehand that my friend, he's a very low vibrational person, but I love him. I love him. He's a dear friend to me, but he's super down bad. He's low. I visited him. You know what we talk about? He complains about all the fines he's getting, how he can't afford rent, how his dad got a speeding ticket or some fine or something, right? Guess what? On the drive home from his house to mine, I got a ticket. I can't remember exactly what it was because I just remember being this a lesson. This was a lesson from the universe that if I mingle with this friend any longer, he's just going to attach his negativity onto me and I'm going to carry it with me. So I ended up getting this fine and I was like, yes, I got this fine because I was letting his input, I was letting the input of my negative friend into my brain, and then I attracted a fine in myself, but I brushed it off. I paid the fine, I just brushed it off. That never happened. Imagine if you had a millionaire in your friend circle and he was telling you about his trip to Thailand, how he's undefeated, how he was able to get his mum a pair of diamond earrings. Hence why you will never see the captain of the football team playing Dungeons and Dragons with the nerds. Winners keep on winning. Losers keep on losing. Decide now who you want to be. Literally. Decide now what it is that you want out of your life. Really think about it. Really think about it, because whether you like it or not, you're going someplace. Now, if you don't know where that place is, guess what? You're going in circles. That's why you're stuck. Let's get you unstuck now. Write this down and repeat it to yourself over and over and over again. Just like my gold card I keep in my wallet. You write down. This is actually an affirmation. You write this, in order to reprogram your brain, you're going to have to write this down every day. I suggest you do something like this every morning. Every morning, to this day, I've been doing it for 5 years, every morning. I write down the things I'm grateful for, because many people aren't so lucky. You got to get grateful to raise your vibration. Now here's a few examples. You could write down, I am so happy and grateful now that I am always learning, growing, and changing for the better. I am so happy and grateful now that I am fulfilling my mind with loving and prosperous thoughts. I am so happy and grateful now that I am amazing. I am God's highest form of creation. I am worthy of everything I want in life. I make committed decisions and act on them quickly. You gotta affirm to yourself that you are great, that you are capable, that you are getting better. And this is so important that you get this right, because beliefs shape your reality. Start the journey of moving toward your dream life and never look back. The path illuminates as you walk it. The answers will come to you when you are ready to receive it. In order for you to get unstuck, you need to know what you want. You got to be grateful. You got to have the right attitude. Brick by brick, you start leveling up. You start going up the frequency lines. And then bang, it happens like that. I failed making my first 100K. I failed making my first 200K. But once you're ready to receive it, the universe, everything snaps into place. I guarantee you. I failed making my first 200K. 2023, I'm still affirming to myself that I'm a millionaire. And I'll share with you the story. I was at my job, my roofing job, and my friend shared with me how he just sold his house and he has some cash left over, and he knew that I was doing crypto. and he offered to put some money in. And something in my mind just snapped. I know it. I'm already a millionaire. This is nothing to me, was going through my head. I'm like, oh yeah, if you want, we can throw some money into Bitcoin and we can just go 50-50 on the profit. Done deal. And he gave me 100 grand to work with. And I didn't stop there. I called up my other friend. His grandmother just passed away. He inherited 60 grand. I'm like, hey, I'm currently investing in crypto right now. You don't know a thing about it. You want to go 50-50 on the profit? I'll take care of it. Done deal. Called another contractor who's doing really well. I was like, hey man, you don't know a thing about crypto, but I do. You want to go 50-50 on some profit? Done deal. And I obviously continue to do this. And that's kind of how I made my first million. How did I come to think of that? I don't know. I couldn't tell you. That method just came to me from the universe. And now that I think about it, it reminds me of the Wolf of Wall Street. How he started calling people and it was like selling stocks. Now, that brings us to the end of my slideshow. This I could talk about for hours and hours and hours, but it wouldn't help every one of you because each one of you's problems and circumstances are different. But what I have now is my first offer. You can hop on call with me one-on-one. We can jump face to face. I can go over your situation and we can put some goals in place for you and take some actionable steps. The price is $199 and you can reach out to me. Just send me a video call on Instagram and we can get to work on setting the right goals for you. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I hope you continue your learning and your growing. And I want you to know that whatever it is you want in life, you are capable of it. I love those that love me. Peace.
This is the mindset you need to have. I'm a millionaire. I'm a multi-motherfucking millionaire. I got 10 million in my bank account. What a song.